Hello everyone, thank you for checking out my channel and for clicking on this video. If this is your first time watching on my channel, my name is Nanette. I am the creator of Do What You Love by Nanette. Other than making succulent creations in a pot, I love making videos about succulents with a big focus on care guides and propagation. In this video, you will see me propagate this beautiful Echeveria that I purchased from a nursery 2 weeks ago. And this propagation that you are about to see is called propagation through cuttings. And before I take you outside, another thing that I would like to share with you in this video is an update from another video that I made probably a month ago. And this video, I showed you how to propagate through water. You will see what the leaves look like at this very moment. So let's go outside.
This one right here is our beautiful Echeveria Sentosa that we are going to dismantle and propagate today. You're probably noticing these beautiful pots next to our Echeveria. That yellow pot is my favorite. Before we start, let me show you first the leaf propagation through water that I was mentioning earlier. Over here are my summer 2020 creations. This one right here is 90% done. I'm working on it for my very good friend Anjali. She texted me one day and asked if I can customize something for her. She wants something in a big bowl and I came up with that. And if you've seen my last video, this one right here in a black pot was my superstar. In that video, I showed how I worked on this creation from start to finish. I even shared my thought process when it comes to texture and color. So now remember I mentioned earlier that I will give you an update on the leaf propagation through water, the video that I made a month ago. Check this out, the roots formed already. But let me tell you, these roots are very fragile in comparison to the regular soil roots. In fact, when transferring them from water to soil, many roots will die in transition. And these roots are super thin also. For now, we will let these Graptoveria leaves lay on this potting soil and hope that in a few weeks, a baby rosette will appear. We now need to make sure that we give these leaves bright and filtered sunlight as well as mist them with water whenever the soil dries out, probably a couple times a week. So stay tuned for our next update on this one. Okay, let's do it. Of course, you need to use your gloves. This Echeveria is so pretty. Look at this. So this is how I try to take them out from their original pot. Make sure you also have this kind of protection for your table. Any mat. And then I love to dismantle it this way. Right here, I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 beautiful Echeverias from one pot. So let's see. As much as possible, I'd like to keep their roots. So if I don't have to cut them, that will be ideal. So we'll see here. Simple, that, beautiful. Okay. There you go. I also love taking out the dry leaves. Might as well clean them anyway. Here. Don't be afraid to cut off these roots. It's okay, they'll live. They're succulents and they'll continue to thrive.
short as you want. So there's that. Let me show you an example of one pot that I tried to propagate yesterday. You will see that all of them don't have roots.
However, that doesn't bother me at all because the easiest way to grow and propagate succulents isn't through planting seeds, but by taking cuttings from established plants, which exactly these cuttings came from. Fun fact, do you know that you can give your succulent a quick start by using cinnamon powder? Simply pour this cinnamon powder onto your stem ends before airing them out. Not only they'll callus over quicker than the usual, the cinnamon will also encourage the stem to produce more stems. And quickly, this is really important. Unlike mature succulent, cuttings will need regular moisture until they can grow roots. Water frequently enough to keep the soil from drying out, but not so often that you see standing water. Depending on the temperature and humidity, actual frequency is usually 2 to 4 times per week. Let's see. Am I forgetting anything? Oh, be sure to keep them in a warm place with plenty of bright light, but not direct sun. They need to be kept moist and warm. Within 3 weeks or so, little roots will begin to sprout. Anyway, we will leave this here because they need to be aired out for a day or two. And these ones right here have been aired out and therefore we can plant them. Let me take you to my propagation area slash greenhouse.
We're done. So we'll put this back here. I love this shelving. If propagating will be your thing in the future, I think getting a shelving like this will be very ideal. One of the reasons why I love this so much is the sun can pass through. I don't even have to pull each drawer to look at them. I can easily look at them if something's wrong. But obviously, if I have to water them, which is now twice a week because it's summer, it's really hot, I have to pull them out and obviously water. But on a daily basis, I just use this one here to just give them a little mist, just like that. Retaining moisture for succulents is very, very important. There you go. That's it for us today. I have to get inside pretty soon here because today's forecast is going to be as high as 100 degrees Fahrenheit, of course. I live in California and I can start feeling it. But anyway, I hope you learned something. I hope I was able to inspire you to propagate, or in a simpler word, multiply your succulents in a most cost-effective way. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up and maybe hit that subscribe button. I would like to see you in my next video. Until next time.